Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, I made a video about how to make crocheted baskets using a wooden basket base. And at the time, I was importing the baskets from another country, and then they suddenly got hard to get. So I left the video up because people were interested. But 8,000 views later, I get messages every day, every week. Can I sell them the basket bases? And the answer is no, I cannot, because I couldn't get them anymore after I sold out the first lot. Well, I'm here to tell you we have new basket bases, and I'm really pretty stinking excited about it. Now, these are slightly different than the old ones, so I know everybody want to skip to the end, but let's talk very briefly about what is and is not available and how they are cooler than the old ones because I said so. Anyway, one of the things I'm very excited about now is the basket bases are now made in the United States of America. In fact, they're made in North Carolina, which is where I live, and I have a new dude that I'm working with. So the supply chain will not die. But also, I got a lot of emails from people saying, oh, can you make it square? Oh, can you make it bigger? Oh, can you make it smaller? Oh, can you make it out of a different material? The answer to all those questions now is yes. Yes, I can do all of those things. And I'm really stinking excited about it. So if you want to know how to use these, I'm going to put a link below so you can click over to the other video. Again, it's a slightly different product, but I don't feel like I need to teach you how to crochet all over again. But let's talk about the products. So this one is Masonite. Same shape and size as my old ones, so that is 8 inches across, it's 48 holes. I use a 5 or 5.5 millimeter hook to bring my loops up to get going. So these are the Masonite ones. These are not water resistant the way they come, but we're going to talk about how to fix that in a minute. The new ones are aluminum. Now, the good news with these is they're stinking cool. They're water resistant because they're aluminum. They do have a brushed finish, but they are sort of industrial looking. I like the idea of them because you could do something that's sort of futuristic or modern and not so rustic looking, depending on what kind of yarn you use. But they're not perfectly colored. I would also warn you, these suckers are heavy, so the shipping's going to be a little bit. But these are the aluminum ones. Now, the next question that I had for my guys was, this is great and this is great, but what if I want a different color? And I had originally been told that Masonite is very difficult to paint, but I found out that's wrong. It really was super simple. So let's take a look at some of the painted ones that I did. Now, none of these are perfect because they were test runs, but this one is the aluminum one. This is 2 coats of Rust-Oleum spray paint. I used the Rust-Oleum 2X. That is not an affiliate thing. It's just the one that I found worked the best. It's a really good price point. I see it on sale at the craft chains all the time. And it's also available at your local hardware store. It comes in a gazillion colors. So this is the Rust-Oleum 2X, which has the primer included on the aluminum. Now it's got a grass seed on there because I was impatient and I was spraying in the backyard. But I'm loving this. It comes in a bunch of colors. The one thing I did learn, it doesn't dry as quickly as you think it might. So it tells you to let it cure overnight. That is not a lie. Let it cure overnight, even if you're an impatient person like I am. So this is the aluminum one with Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint, and that, as best I can tell from the testing that I did, that one works the best because it has the primer in it. Once again, I do not have a brand deal with Rust-Oleum. It's just the one that works. Now, the other one, now this is the Rust-Oleum 2X also, but this is on the Masonite one. Now, for all the people that said you can't paste Masonite, lies. It's fine. It's 2 coats. You can see a little bit of blue on here, but that's because, again, I was impatient and I was running off to the Crochet Guild of America show and I stuffed them in the box next to each other and I should not have done that. But now this is a matte coating. You'll notice the aluminum is shiny, and that's because the aluminum is shiny. So when you spray paint on top of shiny, you get shiny. when you spray paint on top of matte, you get matte. So if you want a matte finish, I would say the wooden ones, and you can go ahead and use that Rust-Oleum 2X if that's what you want. However, the one that really excited me is this one. Now, again, it looks a little beat up because it's been traveling in a box, but this is chalk paint by Folk Art with a wax finish on top of it. So, aside from the fact that I've beaten the crap out of it, I wish you could feel it on camera. It really is a very cool finish. It has a slight water resistance because of the wax in it. But again, for those people that told me you couldn't paint masonite, lies. I will say that I do some work with plaid, but this is not a sponsored video. So I did say to my friend at Plaid, hey, if you were trying to paint masonite, what would you use? And they said Folk Art chalk paint. So that's what I did, and it works, and it looks terrific. So also Folk Art chalk paint, readily available at the craft chain stores. I don't know that it needs the wax finish on top of it, but boy, it looks nice. It feels nice. It's very luxe looking, and it has a sort of a satin finish to it. Without the wax, it was very matte, which is fine if that's what you're after. But with the wax, it just has sort of a satin finish. It's not shiny and glossy like the aluminum, but again, it looks very luxe. And this also comes in a zillion colors, although I will say the color palette skews more towards the rustic. So for those of you who were looking to get these, I have them. I'm very excited. Will we have more shapes and sizes? Yes, we will, but you have to buy these first, because if you don't, I'm not getting any more. But again, what's really exciting to me is that I can get them here in North Carolina. I don't have to worry about the supply chain drying up, and we can get them. You know, if I run out, I can get more in a week. So I'm pretty excited to bring this product back to you. I know that this video is basically an ad, but I really did want you to see that I've been working hard for the last year trying to get this product back on the shelves, and now here it is. So please go over to the website, hookedforlifepublishing.com, click on shop, see what we got. You guys, thank you so much for your patience. I swear I didn't forget you. And let me know in the comments below, what size do you want? I had somebody ask me for the bottom of a bassinet. That's kind of cool. We can do circles and diamonds and stars and shapes and squares and rounded edge and square points and whatever the heck we want. But gotta figure out what you guys want to have first. So happy crocheting. Oh, I'm also working on some knitting samples. Oh, I'm also working on one that I'm using some wire to see if I can crochet with wire to make sort of a modern sculpture thing. So I've lost my mind. Here they are. Thank you for your patience. Subscribe to the channel for as many videos as I can get going in between all the other 9011 things that I do. And thank you, as always, so very much for your support. I appreciate it. All right, bye-bye.